Hello everybody, my name is Chelsea Callahan and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how you can go from being a night owl to being a morning person. I feel like I have to start this video off with a disclaimer that there is nothing wrong with being a night owl. In fact, a lot of creative people are night owls. And for some people, like myself as well, it's way easier to be able to focus and do productive work when the world just kind of seems asleep. But for whatever reason, you're wanting or needing to change up your routine, and I'm here to help. As a side note, I have changed my sleep routine to be from a night owl to a morning person in the last couple of weeks, and that's most of what I'm basing this video off of, my own personal experience. I am not a doctor. I am not a doctor. I am not a doctor. Anyways, for the sake of this video, I'll just set a little bit of a structure on the difference between a night owl and a morning person. I consider a night owl someone who goes to bed after midnight and who wakes up like after 10 or 10:30. And I would consider a morning person someone who goes to bed before 11 p.m. and who wakes up before 8:30. I mean, there's a lot of wiggle room in there. It all depends on how much sleep you actually need, but that will be between you and your doctor. Not me, but I'm sure you get the idea. So that brings me to my first tip, which is to go to bed early. And I'm not talking about turning those lights off at 10:30 or 11 p.m. and laying there trying to sleep. I mean, actually getting quality sleep throughout the whole night for the full 8 hours makes a massive difference. Do whatever you feel like you need to make it happen. Like put some earplugs in. If you don't have earplugs, stick toilet paper in there. I've done that. It's not the best, but it does work. You try a little bit of melatonin before you go to sleep or some CBD gummies. Turn on a fan for that ambient noise. And I know there are a lot of people who suggest waking up like 30 minutes earlier every day to kind of ease into it, but personally I'm that kind of Virgo that just likes to rip the band-aid off, and like I don't have the patience for that. Some people might, but I don't. The second tip is to be patient with the negative side effects that are gonna happen, but they do not last forever. They are definitely temporary. Side effects I was experiencing mainly was just from my brain just adjusting. I was getting enough sleep, but maybe the quality wasn't as good, and it was just my body completely changing its circadian rhythm, like getting headaches every day. I was like super tired, giving me the impulse to drink twice as much coffee, which then led to poor sleep, which we know from tip number 1 that is not what we want. I was feeling really sluggish in the afternoon, and it was really hard to resist taking a nap. So do your best in that beginning week to just push through. You're going to be really tired, but know that it will really help you get that quality sleep you'll need for the next night. My third tip is to find something you actually like about the mornings, even if you hate them. Some examples might be that you find it really peaceful and cozy in the morning to curl up with your cup of coffee, look out the window, see the fog. It's super cozy. Sometimes before we didn't have enough time in the morning to wake up and enjoy that moment, to appreciate, you know, the weather, the coziness, your coffee. I mean, more time awake means more time with yourself. And before a crazy work day, that can only be a good thing. The fourth tip is to cut the BS. Ignore all those creative ways to just wake up. For example, like having your phone alarm set across the room so that way you have to get out of bed in order to turn the alarm off. No. If you are a dedicated night owl like I was, you will be that tired in the mornings enough to just actually wake up, get out of bed, turn your alarm off, and go back to bed. I mean, nothing's gonna stop someone from wanting more sleep if they're not getting the quality sleep. And instead, actually figuring out your why. Why are you waking up this early? What is your motivation? And if it's for work, you know, try and create something else as well that's really self-motivating. Sometimes getting up for work is not the most motivating thing to have you jump right out of bed. However, it's similar to beginning to work out. Once that excitement wears off, you just don't want to keep going. You need the extra why, that reason why you're doing what you're doing, to keep going with it. It's exactly the same thing. And you won't need a ton of motivation forever. Eventually the goal is that you'll just naturally wake up in the morning without an alarm, and you will feel rested enough to get out of bed. So the why is mainly for the beginning. To help with the motivation, I have an app I use called Dailyo Journal. And it has really cute and colorful little faces that you can customize to match your moods, and you can also add and edit different moods to make them more specific. And this is meant to track your moods over time, so you can see how you're adjusting. The more specific you can be with your moods, the better, and the more fun it will be to look back. And that's a great tool as well for finding out if being a morning person is actually for you. The fifth tip is that consistency is key. Whether or not you decide to be a morning person or stick to being a night owl, the point is that you are consistent. If you are not creating a consistent routine, you will start to see negative health side effects, which promotes poor quality sleep, leading to a multitude of issues, which may or may not include a higher risk of chronic disease like diabetes, weight gain, metabolism imbalance, memory issues, weakened immune system, low sex drive, trouble concentrating, brain fog, and so many more. And all those sources are from healthline.com. So if those don't motivate you to be consistent, I don't know what to tell you. The sixth tip is to prepare yourself for a lifestyle change and to let people around you know about it as well. Make plans to change your lifestyle and let people in your life know about the change you're going to be going through so they can support you, and maybe consider a happy hour instead of a nighttime drink. Get your roommates or your spouse or whoever you may live with involved. Having a buddy in the transition between becoming a night owl and a morning person really helps with accountability. Also, if you are living closely with someone who has a complete opposite sleep schedule than you, it can be difficult to try and change your sleep routine, having to constantly battle against theirs. Ultimately, it just leads to poor sleep for you both, which makes this process 10 times harder. So all in all, find friends who support you and might want to join you. And last tip I have for you is to not let your brain discourage you. It's going to be telling you some lies in the first week. It's going to be resisting for a while, but you have to do it for a few weeks or maybe a month or two before you really know how your body's going to adjust to it. Your brain chemistry can change. Your body is really good at adapting. So continue it. Even when you're tired, even when you went to bed late, get up at the same time every day and do your best to get that quality sleep. I know it's not possible all the time, but listen to your body, be kind to yourself, and keep pushing. Trust me, I'm about to start my third week of this and it is getting a lot easier. And slowly I realized that my brain is really productive in the morning. I even like to get started with work right when I wake up. I don't even wait to have a cup of coffee. I just turn right on in the morning, and I didn't think I would ever be like that. But just make sure to be honest with yourself. If over time you are just like, oh, I cannot do this, stay in that night owl routine. There's nothing wrong with it. But the most important thing is to do whatever works for you in the long run and whatever lifestyle fits your needs the best. Productivity is an illusion either way, and both morning people and night owls both get stuff done in their own way. There is no one more productive than the other. But I hope this video helped you within this transition. Before you go, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already, and click that notification little bell icon so that you will be notified every time that I post a video every Friday at noon. Next week I have a really exciting video. I don't want to give away any spoilers, but follow me on my Instagram if you want some hints throughout the week. Have a great one, y'all. Stay safe, and I will see you next time.